Well, we're looking at key policy statements and key speeches that have been made, like the State of the Nation. Budget is obviously also another important indicator. The appointments that the President has made, so the new cabinet, but also the advisors that he's appointed, and the various sort of emphases that he's had in his different speeches about targets. We haven't seen very specific targets, but we know things like poverty eradication are now seriously on the agenda for Namibia and for the government. SOE reform, because there's a new ministry dealing with public enterprises. So these are the kind of issues that we'll be looking at.
From the IPPR's perspective, how do you rank the President now in his third month of governing our country?
Well, I think the first thing to say is it's been quite an exciting 100 days. There's been a lot happening and a lot of movement in terms of ministers being called on to, probably for the first time, to really sort of deliver and to actually be contracted to deliver by having ministerial statements of intent by which they will be measured against. So things are quite different, and I think in a very positive way. I think, we can always look critically and say some policies are perhaps not as clear as they should be. Some things like poverty eradication is not that clear what government is trying to do at the moment, and maybe it is a little bit too early. We should give a bit more time for the full policies to emerge. But there's certainly a lot to look at. I think on the critical side, if we want to be critical, things like the President not delivering his speech at the AU summit, I think a lot of people had questions about that, why that happened. And again, maybe some lack of specifics on things like the asset declaration. He declared his own assets, which was very broadly welcomed across Namibia and also the continent, but we haven't really seen evidence of a system for top public officials elected and appointed to declare their assets.